Welcome to Becoming a Better Singer. My name is Chip Days. I'm a professional singer songwriter. Um, I I wanted to get this course started. A lot of people ask me about singing, how they can get started, different techniques, where I started, and that's why I wanted to do this course and this webinar. Um, More and more people are starting to come in. Uh, if you can hear me, please write in the chat box that you can hear me. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, I began singing about 20 years ago. I say about 20 years ago, and the journey that I've been on, I've learned a lot of different things along the way. Uh, Working with a lot of people, just absorbing, and through that process, I developed a system to be able to perform and sing. Really, not I wouldn't say any scenario, but the idea is to challenge yourself with different scenarios, because you never know sometimes what you may encounter. So everything from uh, live performance to studio singing, whether you just at home singing, it's all type of techniques and things that singers need to know to develop. And really now that development process is a thing of the past. Um, so I started, of course, singing in church. Probably the age of about 8, 9. Before that, probably about 5, 6 years old, singing in church. And at that point, you learn the song, you just get out, and it's more the jitters of singing in front of people. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous, da 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 da. So at an early age, you're not thinking about uh, do I sound good or not. It's more just the jitters of singing in front of people, uh, and that's a process within itself to to be comfortable with your voice. Um, the, the more and more you sing, a lot of times you get more and more comfortable with your sound, with um, the way that people receive you. So it was that process that I went through. Started in church, and we formed a group with my brothers. We practiced at home, and just the more and more I began to sing, I became more comfortable with my voice first, and that was the beginning of my journey as a singer. Uh, so from there, it was more just singing songs that I heard on the radio, but not really having a real understanding of how to sing. Uh, I was able to mimic songs, uh, and that process continued for years. It's years, and that's the idea behind doing this course, uh, to help people not have to go through or develop the way that I had to. It took me literally 20 years, um, and with the right training, with the right guidance, it's really I'd say within a year, if somebody's serious, if they have talent, you can really, with the right understanding, the right guidance, you can really take things to another level. Um, some of my challenges in the beginning, uh, I always could hear sound and hear music pretty good, but I had issues with like doing runs, and like now it's I wouldn't say you wouldn't think that I had some of those issues that I had in the beginning, but it took a lot of practice, a lot of repetition, um, singing every day. I treated it like a sport, to be honest. um, to develop my ear. And I'll give you an example. A basic run or riff, like oh, I, I I couldn't do it for the world. I couldn't do it for the world. I could hear it on the radio. I heard other people doing it, and I just couldn't do it. And I actually slowed it down. And after I slowed it down, it was more me training my brain to do it. So I did it slow first. Oh, oh, oh. So me doing it slow first, I was able to realize, okay, all the notes, the timing and all that. So the more and more I did it, oh, 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 more into a role. And at that point, I didn't understand. I was, learning how to control my voice. It wasn't just me singing, oh yeah, no, it was learning how to use my voice as an instrument and how to control it, when to get louder, when it made sense to uh, sing lighter or softer. And once I understood that, it made me singing songs a lot easier. Uh, it actually helped with my writing as well. Because the way that I write, I usually sing a melody out first, and then I'll go back and, um, create the lyrics from it. So me developing as a vocalist really helped me all the way around. You know, um, so it's a process, and a lot of people will think, oh yeah, I'm a good singer. I can, you know, go sign a deal and be Rihanna tomorrow. And some people may, but the real reality, even a Rihanna took years of development. That's the part that most people don't get to see. And you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to go through those trials and those uncomfortable moments to develop your sound. Because at the end of the day, it's not particularly about being or sounding like somebody else. It's realizing your voice and developing your voice to the best of your ability that you can. Um, some of the people that I've worked with throughout the years were phenomenal singers. And it's easy for people to try to classify themselves based on the way somebody else sings. But it's more important to find your voice. Once you find your voice, you realize your particular sound, your particular lane, if that makes sense. Everybody won't be a Beyonce, um, but the sooner that you find your voice and develop that sound, uh, the more comfortable you'll be, the more free you'll be, and that's like a journey within itself. Um, I started this course for a number of reasons. A lot of people always ask, how can I get started? Did you take vocal lessons? I get a lot of questions, and I didn't have a platform at the time to communicate. It was more one on one, one on one. So I thought it made sense you know, um, to basically tell that story as a collective, as a group. Um, I've critiqued songs on different platforms, uh, been on panels as a judge for a lot of idol type competitions, and a lot of the similarities when it comes to singing, everybody, or I want to say everybody, most people that think they are ready or that they're a good singer, it's like it's like automatic. Yeah, I'm ready to do this. I can go do it, and then they realize it's a lot of work. And depending on the medium you're in, what I mean by medium is, if you're doing a live performance, your live performance won't be the same as the studio. It's like two totally different things. Live performance, you're uh, singing to the back of the room. It's about eye contact. It's a full experience. Um, because it's like, the crowd feeding off your energy, you feeding off their energy, and it's literally like live. You know, um, the studio, I wouldn't say it's totally different, but it's more refined. It's a magnifying glass for sound. Let me say it that way. Um, so literally, if you're in front of the mic, any and every sound you make is picked up. So if you tapping your jeans or something while you're in the booth, all of it is being picked up. So it's important to be aware of, you know, everything around you to to have the best vocal recording. Because a lot of times you may have the best recording you ever had in your life, but yet you ruffling your shirt or something, and then the engineer don't want to keep it because it's hard to clean up. So it's important to be aware of the difference. Um, Usually in studio, you're not singing as loud. Some people do, and you can adjust the mic. But at the same time, now in the digital age, it's so many plugins, it's ridiculous. So to be aware of setting it up for the engineer to be able to do his or her job is it's important when you're making a record. Um, some of the people that uh, I've worked with Lloyd, B5, Key Sweat, Charlie Wilson, and some were in studio, some were like pre-recorded, and I wasn't physically in the studio with the artist. Um, a lot of times, being in the studio with the artist, you do. I do something called uh, it's vocal production. So even for like backgrounds, you can vocal produce backgrounds, and that's literally like giving notes and melodies, harmonies, different things like that. So in order to do that, you literally have to be aware of what you're saying, and identify with the different terms. Like if somebody tell you on the end of this part, put a little bit of vibrato, you have to know what vibrato is, um, or you won't be able to do it. And even if you know what vibrato is, you have to be able to control your voice enough to lightly do it, or whatever is asked at that point if you're being vocal produced. Um, at the same time, as a singer, you can give an example. You can show them. So if let's say if the phrase was uh, "you and me for life," so if it's "you and me for life," at the end, life is straight. So if I told the artist, on the end of the life, put a little bit of vibrato just to kind of give it some flavor. You and me for life. You and me for life. So if it's a little bit, or if it's heavy, or if it's rounding it off, those are some of the terms especially on the professional level, that's used, and a lot of times it's fast. So you know, it helps because I work with a lot of people and they sing everywhere, but then when it's time to do particular things, you can tell who's like brand new to it. And that's not a bad thing. Everybody starts somewhere, but it's really being aware of um, your development on the journey to becoming the best singer that you can be. Um, it was an interesting road for me, the road that I'm still on, because it was more learning by experience and uh, bits and pieces from other people, but mainly experience. Just singing every day, performing as much as I could, and that comes with the good, the bad, the ugly. It's all type of stories I got uh, that I won't go into. We're gonna stick to the topic, but it, it's a journey, if nothing else. Um, why do you need professional vocal coaching? Um, Literally for you to be able to understand your vocal abilities, what you're capable of, what you're not capable of, what direction as a singer that's probably best for you, um, giving you techniques uh, to where you're not straining your voice, um, to where you're getting what you want out of your music, uh, whether it's a career or if you just want to sing in the shower. Um, because if it's for yourself, either way, it's okay. Um, we as people strive to become better and do what we love, and be the best at it. Um, so I love to assist you on your journey as a mentor. I have a website, c3dcreative.com, that you signed up through, uh, that I can assist you on your journey, um, where you will be able to send messages, set appointments for different things, whether it's songwriting, demo, demoing songs out, if you need a hook line, um, or even critiquing one of your songs. I've been doing it with different platforms. So now I have a platform of my own that I'm sharing with you. And I think it's a beautiful thing. It's been a long time coming. And just to see it all unfold, um, you know, we're going to continue to do. I want to do another one of these too. I probably not once a week, but I may do at least two live um, webinars a month, just to kind of keep some consistency, get questions. Uh, if anybody had questions about anything, really, critique some songs live. Um, I think that's important. It's really been uh, me kind of not. I don't want to say hopping around, but uh, I'm critiquing a song over here, then I'm judging over here. So I like to have it all in one space. Even I just released a video yesterday to show examples of different songs, uh, you know, putting videos together, the whole nine. Like those are the type of courses that we're offering.